Hello. So, my mom's dog was barking, so I'm just seeing if she's calmed down, but okay, so I posted on YouTube yesterday, and the year 1977, my right eye just started twitching as soon as I turned this on. Yeah, it's like boom, boom, boom. So eye twitches could be significant. There's a lot about electric current, or like, I just heard electrolysis. I feel like that was popular like a long time ago, but anyway, yeah, electric currents and electricity, water, and the electric like pulse that brings water back to life, or like charges water within us, drinking water, swimming water, currents, etc. Anyway, 1977. So yeah, that year came through. I was talking about like different ascension waves, and for some reason 1977 came up, and this was yesterday, and I woke up no, I didn't wake up. Wait, I didn't go to sleep yet. This was last night. I was in my like laying down. This weird phenomenon keeps happening. Like, I'm staying with my mom until this Wednesday actually. And I just realized I was looking at something in someone's comments, and they were talking about a significance to this Wednesday. And I hadn't heard anything about that, but I'm just realizing I am leaving where I'm staying now on Wednesday. So yeah, there could be something significant Wednesday for some of you. Anyway, so my mom plays music when she goes to bed on Patreon. I've been spending a lot of time on Patreon. I meant to say on Alexa, I think it's called. Yeah. Anyway, so for some reason she has one in her den, which I'm staying in her den while I'm here, and one in her bedroom, 222 on the timer. And sometimes when she puts this music on, it like will come on in the room I'm staying, like they're connected, and I'm not sure how or why. So if I don't want to listen to it, I just turn it down. But this was like hours after she already did that, and sometimes like random songs will just start playing even though I had turned it down. And the song that started playing last night was Eric Clapton, You Look Wonderful Tonight. And I was like, oh, that's a nice one to come on. Like, but something told me to Google it, and I did, and it came out the year 1977. So there's just some significance to 1977. And I'm getting really hot as I tune into this. I just have 307 on the timer, and I've been talking a lot about Metatronic grids, Metatron and Metatron Cube, this idea of energy streaming in. So the thymus, or the high heart, just like lit up as I was talking about that. And it's funny because I feel really naked right now. I am washing my jewelry, which I haven't done in a really long time. I don't know, maybe that's significant for someone. But I just realized I'm not wearing any of my jewelry except a bracelet. And I was like, ooh, I feel so naked. And of all the times I'm deciding to use a camera, 44 on the timer, yeah. So there could be something, yeah, the idea of like vulnerability has been coming through quite a bit lately. Also, I woke up singing. Sometimes I wake up like singing songs, or like hearing songs in my head like immediately, like before my eyes are even awake or open, or different phrases, words. And I've talked about this before, but yesterday I woke up saying the phrase quantum seeding. So I actually, in the last YouTube transmission, I put that in the title because it was coming through so strongly. And today I woke up singing a song that I have not heard in so long. Please Don't Go. Please Don't Go. I don't remember who sings it, but there's different renditions of it. Actually, when I tried to look it up, a version from Casey and the Sunshine Band came up from 1979. So the 70s are really coming through strongly. But the version I'm thinking of that I grew up with is from the 90s, I think. Yeah, 1992. Babe, I love you so. I want you to know that I'm going to miss your love the minute you walk out that door, so please don't go. I'm begging you to stay. I don't know why years are coming through and like decades are coming through so significantly. Maybe someone just had like a, what is it called? Like on different platforms, like through the years, and they give you like highlight reels of photos and stuff. I don't know. I just saw that for someone. Oh. You may have heard my mom's dog barking, so I just went to check on her. And I found a little tiny like barbecue chip crumb. My mom was eating barbecue chips. I don't know why that's felt significant. Like someone, maybe you just found a crumb, or yeah, there's something also about like energetically feeling breadcrumbed or crumbed in some way. And this idea of please don't go. So it feels like there's like a chapter closing. Again, like I'm traveling on Wednesday, so maybe some of you are traveling, or maybe you've like quit a job, or you're thinking of quitting a job. Like there's something it feels like that you're letting go of, and energetically, like whether it's one person, multiple people, just parts of yourself that maybe are clinging and feeling a little bit nervous to let go of, of like letting the new come in, like letting that next chapter unfold. So yeah. Of course, that is like a more of like a love song, so it could be in love, of course, but it doesn't have to be, and it can also be in multiple areas of life. And so, you know, with this idea of closing a chapter in some way, maybe multiple chapters for some of you, karmic loops, ancestral patterns. I actually just posted, like I was talking about yesterday, I posted on YouTube, and in the thumbnail, I don't usually put words too often, but I was really guided to put words, the beauty of looping, or something of that effect. And it didn't like 100% really come through in that transmission yesterday, but I was like feeling that undercurrent, and now it's coming through. There's something about honoring the cycles or the cyclical nature, or even feeling like maybe if it, I hear a lot of people that tune into energy will say like, oh, you're finally done with something, you're finally, but like, yes, in one perspective, but also like there is a beauty in like really making sure that you experience whatever it is that you're experiencing, you know? So there's something about, of course, feeling that too, if you're like, yes, finally, but also like honoring the beauty of the loops, you know, if you've been looping in some way, or like that. The phrase actually came through as an inspiration. My Nana is really like she's been like losing her memory. I don't know if losing, she just repeats a lot, and she's quite literally looping. Like I'm seeing like 10-second Tom from the Adam Sandler movie and Drew Barrymore. I can't think of, 50 First Dates. It's not quite to that extent, but like somewhat. And so recently I asked her if she wanted me to record her telling her story, like, because her long-term memory is good. It's not as good as it used to be, but it's still intact. So it was kind of like a preserving of her life story and what she deems as her legacy, I suppose. Anyway, so that is where the inspiration came, but it also has been something in the air that I've been feeling, you know, just understanding and trying to understand like why humans are so cyclical. Like my mom was just saying this morning how she's such a creature of habit. She's a Taurus, so Taurus energy could be significant, but okay, so the door is closing. I just saw like a flash of light in the corner of my eye, so you could be seeing orbs, flashes of light. But the last few nights when I take the dogs, my mom's dogs, out, there's this one star that has just been really grabbing my attention, like the same star every night. And whenever that happens, so Monoceros, I think it is, the unicorn constellation, I did a transmission on that like maybe 6 months ago, and I could feel that energy surfacing, but it wasn't the same. I've been seeing unicorns a lot, so you may be seeing unicorns, so there could be messages in there for some of you, but or maybe you have already listened to that, or some other connection to that constellation and or the unicorn energy. But so I usually don't bring my phone out with me, but last night I was like, bring your phone so I could use my star app to see what star that kept grabbing my attention. And just like the flash of light I saw, like usually that's what I'll experience. Like a specific star will like almost look like there's stardust falling off of it, and it will flash, and I'll see light language out of it, and different like crystalline code frequencies that will like emanate from it, etc. So yeah, I'm also seeing this oracle card comes through all the time, the like star bathing grid activation from one of the Rebecca Campbell decks. I keep looking over because I'm looking at what I the star. Anyway, so it was really like strange because my app is usually like really easy. I think it's Stellarium, and it usually like locates the star right away. But for some reason, like it was having a harder time focusing in on this star. Like, so anyway, I finally figured it out, and it is on the app. All it said was, it's a Latin word for manger, Praesepe, Praesepe. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. And yeah, it's Latin for manger or hive. And I just started a Beehive, the Beehive platform, like this week. And my friend just gave me a necklace that they got, 444 in the timer, got for me when they were in Spain, like back in September, and we're now in April. Is it April 2026? And they kept forgetting to give me this necklace. So the bee and beehives have been coming through so strongly. That's just a few synchronicities. There's been so many more around bees or beehives. And I just released my first like recursive post. It's like a newsletter on Beehive this week or last week. So it's so synchronistic that I've never even heard of this cluster before. So anyway, the Beehive cluster, actually it's M44 is its designation, and I was just talking about 444. It's a bright open star cluster located within the constellation Cancer. So there could be some significance to Cancer season, Cancer energy, you know, the crab, the harder exterior and the soft interior. I feel like there's so much more collectively unfolding around this, but I just wanted to bring just like a shorter transmission through, because the last few days I've been recording like much longer transmissions, and the way that this Beehive cluster, so normally when I see clusters in the sky, you know, Pleiades, sometimes different places I've traveled, I've been able to see like the cluster with the naked eye. This star in particular, I couldn't quite see the cluster, but I knew that there was something about that part of the sky that I was viewing, that there was like something emanating from it that didn't feel like just, I guess like one single star, even though it kind of looked like one star. So I was tapping into the energy a little bit, and it feels like this idea of closing this chapter that came through in the beginning of this transmission is, you know, the beehive, the hive mind, you know, these hive mind collectives, hive mind consciousness. Like I was talking to a friend, the one who actually got me the necklace with the bee on it. I don't even know if she realizes this. I'll have to ask her when I see her. And she was saying like, it's crazy how hive mind we are, that people don't even, not everyone of course, but some people may not realize. Like when she got pregnant, she was looking up baby names, and she was like so excited for the one name, because she's like, oh, this is definitely not going to be like popular, you know, like no one really has this name. But when she looked it up just for fun, it was like in the top 5, and she was like, so all these people were naming, like getting these names. And my sister actually went through the same thing. I was talking to my sister about it when she got pregnant. So it's like collectively, you know, like we pick up on these things, and we have like similar ideas at the same time, you know, connected through, speaking of quantum seeding, you know, like we pick up on these these waves that are sent out, and then, you know, we really are more hive-minded, I think, than we maybe, and I don't mean to imply that you don't think this, but I just mean as a collective, you know. And so yeah, this idea of adding that awareness to the hive mind idea, and maybe some of you are like channeling hive mind collectives or tapping into that consciousness more. Maybe you're like co-creating with this consciousness. There's something about like energetically, etherically tapping in, as well as then, you know, this next chapter, like a bee, connecting more with whatever you consider, I I know everyone calls it soul family. I don't know why that phrase, just, I guess you can call it that, or whatever fits for you in terms of like high heart connection. You know, like I'm being shown in ascension mechanics, like the crystal seed atom with a K crystal, and this like quite literally pulses. I was talking about like electricity or the electrical circuits, electrical energy that's actually starting to ripple within your own being, as well as like maybe you're drawn to other places that have this more high voltage conduit ability to like like beaches, you know, like when you go to like seawater and you can, the ions, there's something about that that's been coming through for a couple days now.